You, like us, waited from January until September to have football, and now, ladies and gentlemen, we have football, and we are super excited, and it's time to actually update our Dynasty rankings a little bit. We can't, make huge changes in our Dynasty rankings because it is only 1 week, but we do have to keep in mind that there are some concrete takeaways that we have from week 1. I'm not the only person here. Get ready, camera cut to Nate! In the new studio, obviously, second stream from the new studio. Today, we released our first video from the new studio, but I think you've already updated most of your Dynasty rankings, right? This is really just me updating.
Yeah, mine are updated.
Scott, will you bring me that mouse? There should be another mouse up on the ledge. Can I have that, please? Thank you. Yeah, so I want you to, since you've already done this and I haven't, and I still need to do it. Thanks, bud. Let's talk about the guys you really moved up your Dynasty rankings,
okay,
if at all. So who are the guys that you were hyped? Because I mean, I
talk about it.
I was gonna say I already saw obviously that Corey's in here, and Corey says he has 40% Harold Fannin shares. So I'm glad you do, man, because I definitely don't. But
I did move up Fannin actually quite a bit.
All right, so
I've got him in the same tier.
Why don't
as,
we?
What?
Why don't we start there? Why don't
Okay,
we start with Fannin?
Yeah, so Fannin I have at tight end 16 right now. I've got him in that range of Jonnu, Ferguson, Mason Taylor, Goddard, Pitts, Kelsey. And the reason being, I was really, really happy with the type of usage that he was getting in that offense because it wasn't necessarily tight end exclusive. In fact, it wasn't tight end exclusive at all. In fact, it wasn't even tight end inclusive. That guy's a wide receiver, and he's listed as a tight end. So he was literally out there lining up as a wide receiver in 3 wide receiver sets. And then you had David Njoku, who, again, his snap share was not impacted here. They were both on the field at the same time, which is really encouraging. So I think that the potential PPR upside that you could get for Harold Fannin, essentially lining up as a wide receiver and get that premium for him if you're in a tight end premium format, could eventually be really valuable. Tight end 16 sounds a lot more aggressive than it really is, right? Because tight end in general is almost across the board always going to be a bare landscape. So I don't think it's aggressive having him right here by Mason Taylor.
I actually already had him preseason at 70. So I actually pretty much have him there. I had Arroyo a little bit higher. I'm going to put Fannin and Arroyo back to back. I'll probably move Fannin over Arroyo for now.
Yeah, I moved Arroyo and Gadsden down a little bit until
they
really do something.
And probably Ferguson too, because I mean, I think it was Davis Allen that was actually getting a lot of tight end usage
actually,
there. Actually,
you're right about Ferguson. I need to move Ferguson down. He's the one that I did not move down.
Yeah, and so have to move Kincaid up to probably 12, which absolutely hurts my soul.
Yeah, I moved Kincaid up to 10.
You've got to move Ingram down a little bit because, again, the injury and, you just don't know what it's going to look like there.
Yeah, you're really looking at a tier of Njoku, Kraft, Kincaid, Andrews, and Ingram. And that's the order that I have it in right now. Kincaid, I tried to avoid pushing him too far down just in case we were super duper wrong about him. And he's not completely dead. I don't think that there's anything indicating that he's going to be elite level yet, but
the usage
was not getting
the usage was volume. Bad. It was just as bad as it was last year.
Yeah, the usage, he was just efficient with his usage in a 41-point game.
Right.
So that's why we're kind of staying conservative with Kincaid at the moment, is in the most productive, highest passing volume game, one of the better ones that you're going to see all season for the Bills. He was the third option there.
Okay.
So
let's just do it like this, actually. Let's ask the chat who they want us to talk about and where we're ranking them. Who's the next guy you want to hear updated Dynasty rankings on? Let us know in the chat, and we'll take it. Obviously, everyone, read a couple of your comments here. Dime Front was here early. What's up, Dime Front? Doc Gambit was here early. Doc, good to see you, man. Levi says he wants to buy Keon, but also knows it's probably too late. I mean, who knows? It might not be. Some people in Dynasty are very slow-moving with their values, and so, most of the time people have the opposite issue, unfortunately, but it might be too late. Want to buy Fannin, what's a fair offer for it's too late, and a 1 QB 16 man? I mean, you could still get Fannin for probably, I would start with a second. I don't think he's going to go for 2 seconds yet. And if he does, then you could try it, but it'd be 2 late seconds is what I'd probably be willing to give up for Fannin. So
let's talk about some of the guys that we didn't talk about in the video here. So a lot of Rome. A lot of people want to know.
All right, let's talk about Rome Odunze here. I'll let you pull that one up, Scotty boy. Rome Odunze, spelled like win in Rome. He, the problem with Rome Odunze and where we're ranking him in Dynasty is
very large tier.
There's not a lot of room to move him up. And so let's look at what he did in week 1. You can see it here on the screen. 15 points, right? 15 points. He had 9 targets, caught 6 of those. Only had 37 yards and kind of, salvaged his day with a touchdown.
Yep.
Still not. And here's the thing with Rome. Like, he had a play on the sideline. It was a pretty good ball from Caleb, and he didn't catch it. It was a tough catch, but that would have added to his points and also bumped up his yards per catch. So I think we're more encouraged with the volume more than anything with Rome Odunze. Now, here's the thing. I'm surprised you're not asking about Ibuka because, like, really, where we have this, and by the way, I'm just letting you know, I am being so aggressive with Rashee Rice in my Dynasty rankings right now. He is a huge buy.
He's a massive.
If you haven't seen the video today, go watch the video. But Rashee, A.J. Brown, Garrett Wilson, Emeka Ibuka, and then Rome Odunze, Travis Hunter, T. Higgins, like, all those guys are in a tier. I would say JSN's above that tier now, but, all those guys are in a tier, so it's tough for me to move him up. You could move Odunze as high as 14 in Dynasty, and I'd be okay with it. You can move him as low as 20 in Dynasty, and I would be okay with it. But with Rome, obviously, we are encouraged with what we saw. He looks to be the wide receiver 1 there in Chicago, which, again, from a Dynasty perspective,
we were already projecting that out, which is why we can't move him up super far right now, because some people were discounting him, not expecting that to be the case. So he's rising for them. We were kind of already there. And that's not like a victory lap or anything like that. Seriously, it's just being honest. We can only move him up so high right now until he shows that he can have like elite level production upside.
Yeah. So that's kind of where we're at with Rome. All right. Who do we want to hear about next? That's Rome. Obviously very encouraged with Rome.
Yeah.
Nathan nailed it. It was already built into our ranking that we thought he was going to be the wide receiver 1 there. We
thought
a
lot of Bouttes. Let's talk about Boutte.
All right. So Kayshon Boutte, I have not moved up my rankings yet. And so I got to figure out where I want.
So Boutte, I did move up my rankings. And again, this is one where I'm being very conservative. Kind of looking at those like developmental young assets. I actually have him. I have him back to back with Chisholm and Kyle Williams. He'll probably move up boards consistently over the next couple of weeks, but he's right there by Quentin Johnston. He's right there by Leggett, Rashid Shaheed, Coker, those types of guys. I kind of view him in the same range as those types of assets at wide receiver. Again, I'm not going to go crazy yet because we did just see this a couple years ago in New England, where like I think it was Kendrick Bourne that had multiple weeks of like 15 plus points, and he looked really good. You always see a couple of stretches here and there where like Demario Douglas every once in a while will have a couple of double-digit games with some good target volume. That's just kind of, again, historically, that's what we've seen with New England. Will it be different this time? I think it's possible because I think this is a better situation than we've ever seen in New England. But again, after week 1, you're going to hear us say this for a lot through the first 4 to 6 weeks of the season. You got to keep your head above the waves a little bit. And while we're going to react a little bit to Kayshon Boutte's performance week 1 and be proactive with his ranking, I don't think we're going to be like too reactive with his ranking and get too crazy and too excited about a situation that still isn't that pretty, and it's a pretty muddy room there.
So my question to you, would you pay a second for Kayshon Boutte?
Probably not at the moment. I would lean second because when you look at the prospects consistently that are going in the second round every single year, they're generally more attractive than the guys that are above or that are right around the like wide receiver 40 to 45 range. So like, for example, let me just show you here. Jaden Higgins and freaking who else was going in that range a couple years ago? Keon Coleman, Jaden Reed, those types of second round wide receivers that had second round dynasty rookie draft capital in superflex formats. They always settle around the wide receiver 40 to 45 or wide receiver 40 to 50
So you're
range.
basically betting whether or not you think he's going to go that high.
Do I think Kayshon Boutte could settle there? Eventually, yes. I think it's a possibility. But again, the possibility for me is not worth the let me pay what I view as really a premium for Boutte right now, which would be a second round pick. I'm just not quite there yet. So once we get to a point where we're comfortable ranking Boutte value equivalent to Michael Pittman, then sure. But we're not there right now. Michael Pittman I have is like wide receiver 45. Debo, Jaden Higgins, those types of guys.
Adam says, sorry I'm late, but I called the Fannin breakout Puka Nacua type pull at my draft. You know who didn't call the Harold Fannin breakout? Hand up. We didn't call it.
Yeah.
We should have called it.
Honestly, you guys should have called the ugliest possible situation in the NFL for Fannin.
I know, dude. It just, I honestly, everybody was way more on top of that than we were. So I'm seeing a couple, ETN. Let's talk about ETN. And a couple BTJs as well, potentially. Let's talk about ETN. ETN's an interesting one. So, because really from a dynasty perspective, I do think I probably wouldn't have moved him up too much after 1 week of performing if they hadn't traded away Tank Bigsby. Yeah. Like, that's honestly a longer term implication, in my opinion. So where do you have ETN ranked at the moment?
I have him back-to-back with Pollard right now.
Okay.
That's kind of how I view his 3-year outlook. I don't think it's any more guaranteed. I would give the upper hand to ETN over Pollard because ETN is not an efficient running back, but he's more efficient than Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard has, over the last couple of years, gotten some of the best volume for a mid-level running back that you could ask for, and he's consistently performed as like a mid to low-end running back too, with that top 10 level volume, which is just, that is abysmal efficiency. And you saw it again, like it literally week 1, it was the exact same story. A better situation with Cam Ward, and I get it was Cam Ward's first game. Maybe it could get better long-term, but Tony Pollard, 18 carries for 60 yards, 1 reception that he had like a 30-yard reception for, but he doesn't have crazy receiving upside generally. And the fumble issues are still there. So that I would prefer ETN if you're going to go like contending outlook. But
I was going to say, so
I don't think I'm going to go much higher than that right now.
So here's that range of running backs for me and how I have them ranked right now. Connor Swift, Tracy, and then I have ETN.
There you go.
ETN, Charbonnet, Pollard, Corey Krosky, Merritt, Trey Benson.
You just mentioned all pretty much the guys in the same tier that I have. I have Connor, Krosky, Merritt. So starting at 25, we've got Connor, Krosky, Merritt, Charbonnet, Swift, Benson, and then ETN, and then Pollard, Tracy, Jones, Pacheco backing it up.
Okay, so while we're on, are you taking Krosky, Merritt over Swift?
Yes.
Are you taking Krosky, Merritt over Monty?
No, I have him close to Monty. I would rather have Monty.
Where do you
right
have
now.
Mixon at?
Oh gosh, I have to scroll down.
He's that
running back 4. I have him below Jalen Warren. I have him at running back.
So I
have him at running back
need to
42.
move Mixon down.
Here's my thing. You can make an argument for Joe Mixon. You can make a very good argument for Joe Mixon over Rashad White. You can make a very good argument for Joe Mixon over Tootin and Sampson and Pacheco. But here's the thing. Jalen Warren, Javonte, Dobbins, Aaron Jones, Tyron Tracy, Tony Pollard are all playing right now. And when you're talking about 3-year outlooks, they all have the same 3-year outlooks, which are nothing guaranteed beyond 2025.
Yeah.
So at that point, you're really looking at a 16-game window, and Mixon will not be playing for the foreseeable future. So at that point, with them having equivalent amounts of insulation, which is not a lot of insulation, I'm taking the guys that are going to get opportunity to produce right now.
Yeah. I kind of Aaron did ask, where do you have Javonte in that list of guys? I can tell you where I have Javonte.
I have Javonte at running back 40, so I have him right there with Warren, and I have him over Joe Mixon. So.
I have him when running back 35. I'm curious, do you have Jaden Blue above Javonte Williams still?
No, I do not.
What about Sampson, Jordan Mason, Bashal Tootin?
Sampson, Tootin, and Mason, I have them just above Javonte. Okay. I have him at 35, 36, and 37, just behind Pacheco and Aaron Jones. Pacheco, I want to see 1 or 2 more weeks of what his volume is going to look like consistently in the Chiefs offense, and then I will probably continue to move him down. So that'll be a guy that's trending down for sure.
Okay. All right. So good questions here. A lot of people are asking about BTJ. I mean, BTJ hasn't really changed.
He had 7 targets and hauled in one of them and still salvaged his day with a touchdown with 10 points.
He's still my wide receiver 6 in Dynasty right now.
Here's the thing. Everybody else around him in that same tier had disappointing days. So I can't move him down in Dynasty rankings based off of this production. Based off of 1 week. It's more of what like the Dynasty ranking changes we're making after 1 week, because you really can't move. I don't think you can move people down dramatically after 1 week, but you can go
move
from
some people
irrelevancy to relevancy.
Those are the moves.
Yeah.
Not this guy sucked in week 1, so we're moving him down rankings. Yeah. I have no reason to move BTJ down rankings. If he drops 25 next week, nobody cares what he did in week 1, right?
Yeah, this is definitely something that like we should explore more in terms of like our rankings philosophy, not just for Dynasty, but also in season, rest of season rankings for redraft.
Yeah.
These things like in the preseason called pending backfields, which are literally these are backfields that we don't really know. We have an idea maybe, or we've gotten some indications of what the splits might look like heading into the season. But really those pending backfields are basically saying like, hey, these are backfields where week 1 will quite literally change everything for their outlooks.
Yeah.
And those are ones where it's relevant because there is no lead back in that backfield. There is no lead back in Washington's backfield. There was no lead back heading into week 1 in Jacksonville. Admitted, like there was not. You could say, okay, well, I knew it was Tootin. Well, sure. You suspected that it was Tootin. or not Tootin, ETN. You suspected that it was ETN. Great, good for you. You got it right.
It was a guess.
But like it really was. It was a guess, and that's why there are so many of those dramatic adjustments down low. Is because once we really know what those splits look like, then those are the ones that we'll react to.
Nathan's preaching right now. All right, who next? Who do you guys want to talk about? Oh, thoughts on Ricky. Let's do Ricky Pearsall. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Ricky Pearsall. I haven't touched him in my rankings yet. I had him as wide receiver 34. I mean, I obviously move him over Tyreek, right?
I have him at 36.
I would.
So.
Okay, so you have. So
I'll give him the nod over Burden right now. I just moved him up one spot.
So who do you? I'm surprised. Do you not have him over Waddle at this point?
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what to do with Waddle and Tyreek right now.
I have Ricky Pearsall above Waddle and Tyreek right now.
Okay.
It's in Dynasty.
Cool.
I have him right behind Matthew Golden and Addison, DJ Moore. I have him right with Terry in the same tier as Terry, Tyreek, Ayuk, Waddle, Downs.
Yeah. I'm giving it a couple more weeks. Number one, to see how truly bad the Dolphins offense really is. And then number two, how is Purdy's injury going to impact Pearsall? And three, when Ayuk is back, how will that impact Pearsall as well?
So yeah, and I didn't make dramatic adjustments to Ricky Pearsall. It's actually already where I had him ranked for the
You had him at 34.
So I had him, Tyreek, and Waddle all in the same tier.
I have him in the same tier as well.
So I had, with Ricky coming out and have 100 yards this week. Now it will suck that Purdy's out short term, but long term, again, Ricky Pearsall looks like it's crazy to me that Ricky Pearsall is 25 years old. That is crazy to me. He is already 25 years old. Wide receiver 20 in the week though, so it looks pretty good. All right, who else do we want to talk about in terms of dynasty rankings after this week? Who else you guys want to get kind of a gauge on?
Some people asked about Pitty. We can talk about.
Yeah, sure, we can talk about Pittman. I haven't
Since
touched him yet.
Wide receiver.
Yeah. So Michael Pittman, Colts wide receiver. Obviously, I had him at 50 behind Jaden Reed, Keon Coleman, ahead of Jalen Noel, Juwan Jennings, Cooper Kupp, Jack Besh, Jacoby Myers. I honestly need Myers needs to be up here above all those guys at this point.
Yeah, I've got a big tier. I've got a big tier of Downs, Keon, Judy, Reed, Godwin, Pittman, Jaden Higgins, Debo, Mooney, and Myers.
Okay, that's where I'm at. That's
very
exactly where I'm at.
So,
you have Mooney higher than I do, but that's normal.
Mooney's at 48.
I need to move Trey Harris down. Trey Harris didn't do anything. Yeah. By the way, I'm not even afraid to victory lap for that after 1 week. He didn't even make it on the field. So
Dante Thornton, I officially ranked over Jack Besh because he was on the field and Besh was not.
That's very true.
Like at all. Besh was not on the field. He got one target, and the one target that he got was like the one snap that he was on the field that day.
Where did you move Debo?
I moved him up. I moved him up to that tier, wide receiver 47 right now.
Yeah, that's where I'm gonna move him to. Frick.
Hey,
it's 1 week. It's 1 week. But
you win some, you lose some. Debo looks like he fits in that offense.
Dude, I cannot believe he looks that good. I cannot believe it.
I will say, like for guys that, again, historically we've been big Debo fans. We like his skill set, love the way that he plays, loved him in San Fran. So like I'm happy for him that he's gonna potentially be able to extend his career outlook, I think, for a little bit here, maybe for like a year or two in Washington. That's really, really good for him. But yeah, no, this is something where like we questioned the fit. And right now it's looking pretty bad. It's looking like we're pretty wrong. So this is also not one where we're going to freak out and be like, oh, Debo is a top 35 wide receiver in Dynasty. And we're not putting him in the same tier as Terry, Sutton, Evans, and Adams, like that premium veteran wide receiver tier. We're not quite there, but we could eventually get there if he continues this for the next few weeks.
So let's talk about Zay Flowers from Dynasty perspective. A lot of people talking about Zay right now. Zay, I had him at wide receiver 26 in Dynasty. What's his keep trade comp value?
I don't know if I told you. I don't know if I ever told you this, but I started moving Zay up my Dynasty rankings like significantly before the season started and recommending him as a buy on a lot of blueprints.
Well, I did know that because we were recommending him as buys on blueprints because he was going in the 7th in Dynasty draft.
So much.
Yeah.
Because if you remember in the early offseason, we had Zay as a sell because we were like, really?
He was going into 4 or 5 turn.
What's the difference between Zay Flowers' production upside and some of these premium wide receiver 2s down here, like your Addisons and DKs, et cetera? Which was correct, but here's the thing. Zay was up here and those guys were down here. And then over the course of the offseason, they flipped. And at that point, it just the opportunity cost of investing in a guy like Zay Flowers, who admittedly is the wide receiver 1 in his offense, actually kind of raised his floor a little bit as opposed to someone like Devonta Smith or Jordan Addison. So what I ended up doing is I moved it was kind of a shot called, but I have Zay Flowers one spot over Devonta Smith and Worthy and Addison and JMO. I basically grouped all the wide receiver 2s together, and I put Zay Flowers at the top of it. They're all in the same tier for me, but I'm giving the nod to Flowers right now. So
you have him at the top of that tier. I have it Higgins, Worthy, Smith, Metcalf, Olave, Williams, and then Zay Flowers. It's 26.
Yep.
So I have Zay Flowers ranked exactly where he's ranked on Keep Trade Cut at the moment. So I'm about market equivalent.
We're still in the same tier as well.
Yeah, but we actually didn't have him that low, so not really moving him up a ton.
Yeah,
I think we should talk about Emeka Egbuka because I think that people will think that's interesting how you have him ranked at least. I think you're aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, we mentioned it in the video today. If you guys haven't seen the Dynasty video that we just dropped,
you should check it out.
Like literally an hour and a half ago, go check it out. We talked about Egbuka quite a bit here, but I moved Egbuka up to wide receiver 16, which I think is a little bit higher than what Avery has. We kind of broke it down as like, okay, I'm putting him towards the top of a tier. Avery's putting him towards the bottom of a tier. I think both of us agree that Egbuka would be the very last guy after that crazy wide receiver drop off. Flowers for me is like the top of that wide receiver drop off, where he's like the top guy on that big tier drop down. But Egbuka could really be anywhere from wide receiver 16 to, I think Avery has him at 20, 21. Where do you have him? 20 or 21?
17.
Oh, you have him at 17? Okay, I have him at 16.
Yeah.
So we have Egbuka and Rashee Rice flipped. Which again, I'm not going to argue it that much.
I'll die
Literally
on that hill.
I
die on that hill.
And that's just not a hill that I'm going to die on with Egbuka over Rashee Rice.
Egbuka's great,
honestly,
dude.
I literally don't care. But also, when you're looking at their like Egbuka specifically with his outlook, from here on out, you're always going to have the questions of when's Mike Evans going to retire and is Chris Godwin going to stay healthy? And oh, by the way, Egbuka's draft capital basically guarantees him long-term to be the wide receiver one in that offense in a high passing volume offense with Baker Mayfield, which you saw that again, you saw what he was able to do in his first week in the NFL, which was really, really nice. So with Egbuka, I have him at 16 and there's not much room for me to raise him any higher unless he turns into some like elite level Drake London type of guy, which is very possible. But at the moment, like this is me being aggressive now, so I don't have to react later when I know a lot of you guys in the Dynasty market are going to start ranking Egbuka as a top 12 guy when he starts putting up more 15+ point games. So
I definitely think, I mean, what's funny about Egbuka, this is so funny about Egbuka. I mean, I'm not even just saying this. We liked Egbuka before it was cool.
We liked Egbuka going into the
Last
class
year.
of 2024.
We liked him in
when he decided to go back.
I loved Egbuka in 2024. There's video proof of me. But now that
I took Egbuka in a Devi league back in the day when he was a true freshman because I loved him.
Now that he's performed, everybody likes him. It's the cool thing to like Emeka Egbuka. Just don't forget, we were Emeka Egbuka truthers.
Your boys.
Back in the day, back when Nathan was 12. All right. I'm kind of wondering what you think about this. JSN. Are you taking JSN or Lad McConkey?
JSN. I'd take JSN over Lad. I have JSN over Marv. I have JSN.
Nico?
Yep.
Oh man.
And I didn't have to change that. I already had it like that. I went a little more like in a vacuum, not including Dynasty market value. Do I prefer London, JSN, Lad, and Marv over Nico? And I was like, yeah. And I could not stomach putting Nico higher, and I still can't right now.
I'm gonna run a poll on that in our audience because I'm honestly curious. Like,
I still have Nico as a top 12 wide receiver, which is great. Like he's great, and I would not be panicking about Nico because of his poor performance week 1. If anything, you could try to get Nico at a discount in your Dynasty leagues as a contender right now. This would be a good time to buy him.
So I put a poll in the chat. You guys should vote JSN or Nico in Dynasty rankings. So this one's interesting because, like Kyle says, that's nuts. I definitely don't think it's nuts. I mean, I don't know why it would be nuts. And here's why. You could make a pretty easy statistical argument to rank JSN ahead of him. I mean, so let's just look at these guys' production. JSN last year, obviously, he was a wide receiver 1. He was the wide receiver 9, scored 253 points. He's 23 years old. Nico is 26. And his best season is only 8 points better than Jackson Smith and Jigba's second season in the NFL last year.
So here's the Dynasty.
I love beauty.
And the fun of it. 3-year outlooks. Okay, you're gonna hear us preach this all the time, but once we complete or get through this 3-year outlook for JSN, the current one, if we go from today to 3 years from now, by the end of this 3-year outlook for JSN, there is a pretty good chance that at 26 years old, he's maintaining. Because you see where Nico is right now,
Sure.
which is value equivalent. when you go a year out from now, 2 years out from now for Nico Collins, and he's sniffing 28, 29 years old,
where naturally he's going to move down dynasty rankings.
So far down, right?
Because that's what we do with players like that.
Exactly.
Not we, but I mean that's what the market does with players like that.
So when their production outlook is, in my opinion, pretty similar in the short run, then I'm gonna give the upper hand to the guy who has the better sustainable 3-year outlook that can carry over even further.
Now, obviously, the biggest question here is quarterback. Nico's got C.J. Stroud and is in that passing offense long term, whereas JSN, it's Darnold, and Darnold looks like Darnold again. So, but a lot of people are,
I mean, Geno wasn't great in that offense either, and as long as he's the one there, it doesn't really matter because you saw what Cooper Kupp did there, and it was absolutely nothing. Like JSN, didn't you say he had a 56% target share?
He had a 56% target share. I mean, so people do say, I think KT said in the comments, like, I do worry about the passing volume for JSN, which makes sense because they honestly didn't pass the ball a lot.
Right. Darnold threw it 23 times. So.
But at the same time, if JSN was absolutely... The thing about that offensive system he's in, though, is they tend to funnel their offense through their best player. It tends to be extremely one player concentrated, and JSN looks like that player.
They'll run first and then take a shot with JSN. And you saw they really kind of perfected that. There's a reason they let DK Metcalf go, guys. There's a reason they did that, and it wasn't because they wanted to get worse at wide receiver. It's because DK really just didn't fit what they wanted to do, and JSN does because they wanted JSN to be the focal point. And it's really fun to see that start to come to fruition. I think in year 3, I think you're going to continue to see that over the next few weeks.
All right, I'm going to call my shot on camera right now, and you're going to be here and you're going to witness history because I'm going to push the boundaries of Dynasty stupid takes right now.
Okay.
I have Rashee Rice ranked as a top 10 wide receiver in Dynasty right now.
Oh, you just moved him up top 10.
Yeah.
All right, sweet.
So
nice. Well, all right.
And I think 8 weeks from now we're going to.
So you have him over Tet and Hunter, all those guys. All right.
Yep.
Cool.
I have him right behind JSN now. So look, here's my thing.
He's a hard buy.
He is the biggest buy in Dynasty.
Yeah.
Like I don't think you understand. He's going to feast when he comes back.
Yeah,
he was feasting in training camp. Like he's feasting in practice. It's not like he's not playing. He's practicing right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to eat when he comes back. I promise you, 10 weeks from now, or you're going to be like, Rashee Rice is the top 10 receiver in Dynasty. I know it's going to happen. I'm just trying to get there before the punch. Like I really, really, really see this coming. So
another hot take here that I think will come to fruition sooner than some people even suspect. But I would be taking. I have Drake London ranked over Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Wow.
So I have London at wide receiver 7, Amon-Ra at wide receiver 8. This is basically.
I already had the back-to-back.
This is basically putting Amon-Ra in that Drake London tier, which is not something that we necessarily talked about much or really advocated for in the entire offseason. And at this point, when the target volume is literally identical and one of them has less weapons to contend with, where your floor for Amon-Ra St. Brown is honestly... his floor is lower, and you saw that last year than what it was in years past.
Yep.
That's a little bit concerning. You're still talking about a premier asset in Dynasty. But again, when you're trying to split hairs, which we love splitting hairs in Dynasty, like I think when it's all said and done by the end of this year, I think we're going to give the edge to London for Amon-Ra.
I think you're probably right. And I honestly, I already had them back to back. I had Amon-Ra at 7 and Drake London at 8. And so they're all in that tier right now. Is pretty intense for me. What I think somebody asked Puka or JSN, like still very much Puka.
Puka is. Here's
the
my
thing.
gosh.
Okay, calm down. I don't want you to. Never mind. Yeah.
Anytime anyone brings up Puka, it gets dangerous. Like you don't.
So here's the thing: we can't after 1 week we can't move Puka above Malik Neighbors and CeeDee Lamb and Justin Jefferson.
I already have him over Neighbors.
Yeah, you had him over.
I have him at wide receiver 4.
So I've had him at 5. Obviously, we can't really move him from there after 1 week.
If Puka does this for 3 more weeks, and CeeDee Lambs keep dropping balls,
no, okay,
that's a joke. That was a joke.
Okay, no,
it was a joke, dude. It was a joke.
You can't move him over Lamb.
No, I'm not.
Okay,
I'm not moving.
I was gonna say.
You could make an argument for Jefferson.
Well, I'm not there yet.
Do you have Jefferson at 3?
Yeah, I'm not there yet though. Because
I have Jefferson at 2 right now.
So here's the problem with Justin Jefferson right now. Like, I just want to discuss this. Jefferson last night, like if you guys watched him last year, you know that really on a game-to-game basis, like he was just very consistent. Now, towards the end of the year, he did have some really big games where he was getting 14, 13 targets.
Holy crap. KT Aggie traded Jettas for Puka and a first.
Oh my gosh. I would do that all day.
Love
I would
that,
do
dude.
that all day.
Yeah. Yeah. Like in all seriousness here, guys, there's only so much further you can rank Puka Nacua past wide receiver.
Just know that Puka Nacua is in that elite tier of wide receivers.
He's unreal.
He is. So.
And just situationally,
He's so good.
You can question the situation and the potential ceiling of Jettas in an offense where JJ McCarthy is trying to find his own way as a, you know, lead quarterback for the Vikings long term. But I will say situationally, like objectively long term, when you're talking through your outlooks, the moment Matt Stafford retires, which, you know, everybody projects out every single year, you do worry, like, okay, that is going to be a question that people will have about Puka. It's not going to be a worry that we have, because Puka literally is a guy that, like, you run him out of the slot, and if you have a lackluster quarterback room, then you just get him shorter targets, and he's a yak king. So for us, it's not necessarily a concern. For the market, it will be.
Anonymous says, would you guys trade Garrett Wilson for Sheehan Dynasty? I would absolutely do that. Yes, in a heartbeat. Like, I'm there. I don't know why it took me so long to get there, but I'm there. Okay, here's another thing, Nate. I just want to talk to you about this. Let's talk about Breece Hall, running back for the Jets, obviously. Yeah. I have him at 15 right now. I haven't touched him.
Okay.
Here's my question for you.
I have him at 13.
Okay. Yeah. Here's my question for you. Where do you have James Cook ranked?
Back to back with. Literally back to back. I go between both of them, which is why when I go between both of them, I don't know, like, that's where I'm like, okay, that's where he belongs. Breece Hall to me is a borderline top 12 running back.
I'm gonna put Breece Hall at 12. My thing is,
go ahead and split him.
My thing is, I think he's gonna get paid after this year, and whether it's with the Jets or somewhere else, he's gonna get paid. He's not gonna
you'll
get
essentially see like a Josh Jacobs type of revitalized career,
which would be
really
the
nice.
James Cook contract dynasty value bump. Like that's what it reminds me of.
That's why I can't put Breece Hall any lower at this point right now. Like, there are enough questions at this point with RJ Harvey, with Caleb Johnson, with Chase Brown. I mean, Chase Brown, this is something that we were talking about heading into the season, is like, again, Chase Brown is kind of exclusively a contending running back because he's going to get so much volume, and he is so inefficient with that volume. It's not even funny. There's just no one else to give red zone carries to. So when he gets carries in the red zone, he's going to punch it in at some point, but good gosh, 2 yards per carry is not going to cut it, man. And he was not efficient last year either. And he wasn't efficient in the air. He was getting targets and he was getting the touches in the air, but 5 yards per reception is not like, that's not a difference maker enough for them to want to keep him around. And you're talking about the Bugles, who don't even want to pay their best players.
Well, I had JJ McCarthy at quarterback 21 in Dynasty.
21.
That's where I had him. Is that where you have him?
I have him right at 21 right now. Yeah.
Here's my thing. I don't see why I wouldn't take him over Penix pretty comfortably at this point. Penix also looked decent.
Phoenix.
Bryce Young. I mean, Dak, Cam Ward, even Goff and Love. Like, I think you can make a better case for JJ McCarthy than a lot of those guys.
Yeah. And I think you could make a better case for Penix and Ward if you wanted to.
I think you also could make a better case.
Which is why, again,
I'll be consistent and I'll move Penix up as well.
I'm not. I have Penix at 19.
So I have him at 21 right now. I'm going to move him to like 18.
I did officially move Baker over Stroud.
I don't blame
Baker's
you at all.
floor.
I don't blame
Baker's
you at all
floor is just so much higher.
Herbert looked good too.
Yeah,
so hopefully he continues that.
I have Herbert at 12.
They have him at 11. So it's pretty.
None of those guys I can move. Like, even if you were to consider JJ McCarthy at the top of the tier, I can't have him break Baker or Herbert. I'm not quite there with Stroud. I could get there.
Yeah.
I'm closer to moving Stroud down a lot than I am moving McCarthy up a lot.
Okay.
So,
question: how far did you move Caleb Johnson down your rankings? Caleb with a K.
Significantly, I have him back to back with Kenneth Walker. So right where that tier drop off is. So you have Chuba, Caleb Johnson, and Kenneth Walker, and then after that it's Kamara, Scadaboo, Monty, Connor. So basically, you get to all your productive vets down there.
Okay, so what number do you have him at?
Running back 20.
Okay, I have him at 17 right now. I haven't moved down, but I need. So you have him behind Chuba and Walker.
I put him behind Chuba, Derrick Henry, and McCaffrey. And I have him just ahead of Walker.
Where is McCaffrey in my ranking? What the heck?
That's awkward.
No way. He's not in there. That's crazy. I don't know how that happened.
So yeah, basically the mental discussion that I was having with myself is like,
Taking Chuba or RJ Harvey in Dynasty?
I have RJ Harvey at 14 right now still.
Okay,
I haven't wavered quite yet with Harvey. I will say, actually, hang on a second. I'm moving up Judkins one more spot. I've got Judkins over Harvey.
What do you have Judkins at?
14.
That's where I have Judkins. Yeah, it's where I've always had Judkins.
I can't, he won't, basically what will happen is this big tier of Bucky, Henderson, JT, Kyron, Jacobs, Cook, Brees will expand to one more player if Judkins even like shows any semblance of any production at all over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And then he'll pretty much solidify himself there.
Yeah. So, look, that's probably the main guys. I honestly got a lot of my rankings updated right now. So I honestly like doing that. We're going to do this probably once a week, I think, where we just sit down and talk about the top performers, how it's affected our rankings. And after a couple of weeks, we're going to start actually making some bigger moves at the top, especially when we have a larger sample size of these guys. And so,
biggest up top moves would be Avery's Rasheed up to 10. And
that has nothing to do with this week's results. It's
me
just me
literally flipping London and Amon-Ra. So,
and that's literally nothing. So, I mean,
yeah,
I already had those guys back to back.
Yep.
So, okay. I did want to tell you guys this. We appreciate you guys watching a ton. We're obviously going to stay on for a while and hang out and talk Dynasty and continue to talk about building our teams and stuff like that. We haven't ever been able to do in-season Dynasty content because it's fallen off so much. So if you would do us a favor and drop a like on the stream, that would help us. And also, I mean, again, get us through the September slow season. But you guys are all, I mean, there's 250 of you on right now. So, I mean, clearly there's still a thirst for Dynasty content. But just show your support and subscribe if you haven't, if you play Dynasty. Obviously, you know, we're going to be doing Dynasty content throughout the entire season. And it's going to pick up very soon, especially with 26 rookies. I'm really excited to start talking about some of these college players I'm watching on Saturdays. Very excited.
I'm pumped.
There are I think
did you
3.
see the Bakery Player of the Week on Infinite
Yeah,
this
Jonah
week?
Coleman.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. But Jonah Coleman's a beast.
He's been popping.
I can't believe he's projected as the running back 2 in the Bakery right now.
Yeah, because he's freaking popping up.
And the other guy I'm excited about is Carnell Tate from Ohio State. Another Ohio State wide receiver.
Yep.
And him and Jordan Tyson.
Yep.
I mean, you're talking about a
Tate
decent...
did some stuff last year too. So.
Yeah, he did, but he has a bigger role now because Ibuka's not there. So I like Carnell Tate a lot. But anyways, what I do want to tell you guys is it is important to be making moves during your Dynasty season. And also, like, that's why we put out the marketplace today, is because you actually can make up a ton of value ground as a rebuild, reload. Even as a contending team sometime, you can make up a ton of value ground in the season when all of your league mates are active on the app every week, because then that's when you're going to get a lot of trades done. And so we are going to pivot now, and we're going to do some trade questions. If you have Dynasty trade questions, you can send them in. If you would like to get your team reviewed, we, of course, have that available for you. We're going to be doing blueprints all season. And so again, if you'd like to get your team reviewed tonight, you can sign up with the annual Mother Flocker tier with code DOMAIN. It's going to get you everything on the site for the entire season. So our Dynasty rankings that we just talked about, we just updated them on the site. The trade calculator, you can link your team and look at power rankings. You're going to get a free team blueprint tonight on the stream if you sign up. Plus, you're going to get an infinite blueprint every week. That should say week. And you're going to be able to join our Discord, which is popping during this time of year, but is really popping during the Dynasty offseason. So check it out. I've got the link pinned. And will you go ahead and show them the bit.ly, Scott? I can talk through the options there as well.
Man, you got such a cute glow behind you.
I know, it is very cute. So top option there is going to get you that free live blueprint tonight, where we can look at your team, tell you what we think, tell you some moves you should make right now during the season. You get everything with it. Also, the a la carte version, of course, for you existing customers and for more of you guys. And then trade questions. You're going to have lots of trade questions during the season. Feel free to submit trade questions while we're in here. I think we've got some trade questions in the queue right now.
We do have multiple, yep.
All right, let's go ahead and answer some trade questions. This is a good season to be trading and making moves for Dynasty teams. So let's get it going.
So let's talk about Big Jensen's start-sit dilemma right now, because he's pretty elite. Because this is a Dynasty start sit. So, Scott, if you want to go up to that one.
Yeah, Big Jensen. There you go.
I'll have you plug in the verdicts here.
Okay, so May
basically
so
figure out
May,
who
Lamar,
you want to start between Genty, and Garrett Wilson and
Nico.
Lad.
Yeah. What the frick is this?
Good luck.
Hey, Big Jensen, you need a team review on this, because you need to up tier. Oh my gosh, like you need to up tier. Who does he even up tier to? He needs up tier once at running back and quarterback. That's all he can do. He needs to get Chase.
Yeah, I
know. So between those guys, I mean, Genty's got a tougher matchup next week. I feel like they play the Chargers, don't they?
Yep.
And he honestly, Genty was not efficient one at all. not like 2 yards per carry inefficient.
He started very slow.
What's funny is Hampton on PFF of all the rookie running backs, Hampton and Genty
had the highest grade.
Both had the lowest grades.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised
Genty was
Hampton,
last.
I watched that whole game. Hampton looked like I don't understand.
Yeah,
what the grades were for.
I get it, but you know, it's whatever.
Hampton will be fine.
Yeah, no, I think Genty will be fine. Who do the Texans play next week? I don't have the matchups in my head just yet. Okay. What can you look?
Sure, Willis.
We haven't done our weekly ranking videos yet, but we're going to.
Yeah, it's like a whole brain switch. Okay. Come on, baby. No. No. Okay, week 2. Here we go. Houston has the Bucks.
That's going to be a high-scoring game. I would start Nico.
Yep.
We're going to go Nico Collins here for you, Big Jensen. The rest of your lineup, though, is basically, I mean, are you taking Achane or Genty, though?
We've got the Raiders playing the Chargers,
Yep,
and we've got the Dolphins playing the Pats. Ugh.
You got to start Achane, I think. What about the Packers?
They got the Commies.
So are we starting Jacobs or Genty?
Jacobs.
All right, so
I would sit
correct.
Genty until he puts like elite numbers.
Yeah, I think the rest of your lineup is correct then. So, boom, 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 boom. Ragav says, "How can I submit my team for review?" We've got the link right there. Scott's just highlighting. It's right there in the comments. You've got a couple options, and yeah, again, the annual Mother Flocker tier code domain does get you a free team blueprint as well. So, okay.
Did you complete that?
I did not, but I can. I'll do that right now. Let's go to Waka Maverick. Trade question here. This is a Dynasty Superflex 12-team start. 9. I don't have depth. He also has Ibuka and may trade him. Oh, gosh, if you can get Ibuka, I mean, take Jacobs out of this and get Ibuka, first of all. And then I would do it.
It's a 12-team Superflex.
This isn't even close if you get that. Not even relatively in the same ballpark of close.
You would go ahead and take
You would
Ibuka
smash Ibuka instead of Jacobs. So I'm going to give you that. Feel free to throw in you got Sean.
It is a Superflex, so, I mean, Lamar, hyper valuable there.
Give him, you know, throw him another throw in if you need to. So we're going to do Ibuka, Jefferson, and Geno there. Definitely will be taking that one. Bref says, Travion or Tet McMillan. This is a 1-for-1. I don't love the 1-for-1.
This is redraft.
Oh, that's a redraft one. We'll do that one later. And then Veach got a trade question for us.
Puka.
It's a 10-team Superflex. It's Tet and JCM or Puka. You take Puka here pretty easily, especially in a 10-team start 10.
That's a nice deal.
Yeah, it is a nice deal. All right. Perfect. Again, I'll let you guys submit your teams. We're going to be doing these tonight for a while, as long as you guys want to. And again, annual Mother Flock at your code domain. If you become a new member, it's a great time to do that because you get all the tools for the season. You can also get your team reviewed for free tonight on the stream. So, John says Golden's looking like a bust. Nope, he's not. It was 1 week. I mean, look, we were out on Golden a lot. We were also in on Golden at the end of the offseason from a redraft perspective. But
this is where I'll put the brakes on the or pump the brakes on the. This guy's a bust after 1 week of non-production.
Nobody's a bust yet.
Guys, we have been so spoiled over the last couple of years with the premier assets producing right out the gate. I think we have too much of a short memory when it comes to guys that start a little bit slow and then they go off towards the end of the year. I mean, we see this every single year. We saw this with Lab McConkey last year, and look where he ended up being ranked. Like, with a first-round wide receiver for the Green Bay Packers, where literally no one else is there to take over like an alpha wide receiver role. In Dynasty, you cannot be freaking out about Matthew Golden and trying to sell him low right now. Like that's a really, really bad move. So don't do that.
All right, we have Sean's team review. Is Andy a team review we're doing tonight as well?
Andy?
Yeah, there's an Andy Fizzy 7 in my. That's weird.
It's literally just refreshed.
It's showing up in. It was showing. Well, maybe it's gone now. Okay. Well, it's gone in Scott's queue too. So
yeah.
All right. So there. No, it's still showing up for me. That is so weird, dude.
It's in progress.
Yeah, I know it, but it's blue and it's showing up when I feel. There we go. It's gone now.
It's crazy.
All right, let's do Sean. Sean, we appreciate you, man. This is a Dynasty Superflex, 2 tight end, 10-team start 11 PPR. It's a 0.5 tight end premium. This was 3 days ago, so we don't have a record here. But he did say thoughts on which QB to move into other moves. I think he'll finish 5 and 8 this year. Well, I'm glad you know that because I have no idea how I would calculate that. I would like to contend next year. Traded for Rice and Flowers for rookie draft for wide receiver depth. You traded for good. And then Stolwart at the 110 and a Superflex. That's crazy. Hampton at 2. Ibuka at 8 was good. Man, you are in good shape here. Strange neighbors. I mean, let's look at your team here, but you're second in the power rankings. My Dynasty rankings are fixed, by the way.
Yeah.
So that's a good news.
That is a good news.
This is a 2 tight end league, by the way.
He's 1-0. He had a good week.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We do have the and he scored 256 points.
Yeah.
He scored the most points in the league, my buddy. I don't think you're going 5-8 here, but we're gonna find out. I really don't think you're going 5-8 here.
We'll grade this out.
Yeah, this is a good team. My
Daniels, Love, Ward, and Penix, even in a 10-team superflex, that's a 9. Hampton, Bucky, Spears. At running back, I'll give you a 6. Malik Neighbors, Rashee Rice, Igbuka, Flowers, and the McMillan. That's going to be another, like, probably a 7. And then tight end is going to be 1. You have Jonnu.
Yeah,
so.
It's a 2 tight end league as well. So.
Oh, yeah. Oof. Okay,
So
we actually might want to invest in tight end a little bit.
We will. We've got extra quarterbacks to do it.
Yeah.
I would say well-rounded, contend, reload here.
Yep.
So let's do it. Well-rounded, contend, reload. I love your team. Your team's gonna pop off, dude. You're not gonna go 5-8. I promise you, you're not. I know it's a 10 team, but still, you've got enough firepower. Especially, you know what? I'm
Jordan Love, other position. Goodbye.
Yeah. I mean, you got to move another quarterback too. Ward, I think I would probably keep Penix and Daniels.
Move Ward.
Yeah. I mean, let's just give him Geno. Just put in the comments like get Geno as your cheaper QB3 here in a superflex league.
Yep.
But your team looks like it's definitely going to contend pretty heavily this year. So that's the first move. Obviously, it's a start 11, so it is a deeper 10 team. Yeah. So
we might have to down tier from Bucky to like Brees.
Yep. Let's do that. I agree with that.
We flip-flop with Brees so much this offseason because his value has been all over the place.
I know. We're flip-floppers, Nate. That's what we are.
Yeah.
What we do, we just flip-flop all of our takes.
Not flip-flop in a bad way. Just like it's been...
No, I know.
The pulse on Brees Hall's market value all offseason has been... It is... Oh, my gosh. It's been hard to keep track of. So, yeah, Bucky Irving down tier... To Brees. Okay, let's get him another running back target.
Yeah, I mean you go cheap here for sure.
Okay, so we'll go Kamara.
Yeah, I would say Kamara or even
And
Bill
then
would.
I'll give you one solid wide receiver target for one of these running back or wide receivers that you're going to move off of.
Quarterbacks.
You already have QB. You already have Rashee. Let's go for the Odunze.
Yeah.
The Odunze man, and then I'm going to give you a tight end, like a David Njoku. I'm not going to have you break the bank for a tight end, but getting at least a viable option there in your tight end one spot would be pretty helpful. So
well, let's sort by QB ranking.
Comment number 1 for this team: prioritize getting at least one viable tight end option to start every week.
Good. So Hawkinson, that guy has Hawkins. The guy in 10th, he has no good ones. Where's the guy in 9th? The guy in 9th has Kittle, but he's on IR, so that doesn't help us anymore. The guy in 7th has Loveland, and he doesn't help us this year. The guy in 6th has Warren and Pitts and Goddard, so you could potentially even get Goddard from that guy.
Yeah.
And you could also he doesn't need quarterbacks, so he's probably not going to give you Warren, but Goddard's a good second tight end for this. So
yeah.
But it is a 2 tight end league, and it is a half-point tight end premium, so you definitely want to take advantage of that kind of that rule set.
Be patient with trades. Some league mates will fold in a few weeks.
Yeah, you're gonna have more opportunities here soon, but those are the priorities. Those are the priorities for sure.
Yep. All right, man. Let us know if you have any questions on this team. Love, other position. Ward, other position. Bucky Irving downs here. Brees Hall, Alvin Kamara, Odunze, and David Njoku. Let us know. Again, feel free to send us any DMs or follow-ups on this, but we'll get you this blueprint in the next 24 hours.
Yeah, we appreciate you, man. Yeah, we'll send that over to you very soon. All right. Check JC Ray. Or
I was going to do a shout out for JC Ray. Hey, let us know if you are in.
I said it wrong.
Let us know if you're in the stream here, bro. I saw that you. Wow, that sounded so unnatural, bro.
Jeez.
Yeah, let us know if you're in the stream. I saw you upgraded from the season pass to the annual, so appreciate you doing that.
It's J.R.
again,
Cray is his name.
Yeah, J.R.
I
Cray.
just read it wrong.
Yeah, shouting you out. Let us know if you are here on the stream.
Yep. And then Corey, I know, is here. Corey, I saw him on the stream as well. So. Oh, is this a redraft team, Corey? Corey, we can do this over on DFF. Honestly, that's probably what we will do. Yeah, I'll mark him. I marked it already. Scott, refresh it.
Who'd you mark?
The last one we did. Sean's.
Gotcha.
I think is Corey, is yours a redraft team? Because if it is, we can do that on DFF if you would like. So again, I've got the link to get your team review down there right in the comments, and I've also got it pinned in the comment as well.
And one more call out for JRC Ray. Let us know if you're in the stream.
Oh, Corey says it is Dynasty. Okay, cool.
Is Dynasty? Yeah, because he sent in a picture of the draft capital.
Marty says, an annual mother flocker. How do I submit my monthly blueprint or whatever? I need help with Caleb being my running back too. You can submit for your Infinite, where we sent you your original blueprint. We sent you the sign up sheet for Infinite, so you can find it in the My Reviews completed review, and in the chat there, we sent you the Google form to fill out. Just fill out that Google form for us.
Yeah. All right, Corey, let's do this one for you, man.
All right. So Corey, I'm assuming this isn't a sleeper team, just to double check, right?
Yes.
I'm assuming it's not. Okay.
That's what I would assume as well.
Okay. That's weird. It won't let me click on this image. Letting you click on the image?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have it. How did you click on it?
I clicked on it.
Are you in stream mode or in the chat?
Chat.
That's why.
Or not in the chat. I'm in.
You're in just on my reviews page.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it won't let me click on it in stream mode, so that sucks.
Oh.
All right, Corey. So Corey says, started as a hard rebuild, worked up to a 1-year reload. I recently moved MHJ for Addison, the 104 and a 27 first. Okay. Wondering if I should down tier from BTJ since I still have no 26 first or second. Well, you don't necessarily need to. You should probably keep BTJ. But we'll give you a concrete answer here. So I'll let you grade it out since you're able to get the whole freaking team open. I can't see it, so.
Here, how about I send you a screenshot?
Thanks, that'd be great.
In the executive
Yes,
chat.
I'd like to see.
All right. Sending. Oh! I accidentally clicked on Adobe Audition. Get out of my face. I need to just shut the whole application down and take it away from my bar. Here you go. Boom.
Thanks.
All right. So, breaking this team down. 26, you have 2/3. 2027, you have 3 firsts and a third. So you have like a draft capital grade of like a 7. You don't have picks in 26. You have 3 in 27, which is nice. 10 teams start 9 PPR, 1 QB. Touchdown equals 10 points. Holy crap. Okay.
What?
So at QB, you've got Caleb, Darnold, and AR. Sad face by AR. That's going to be like in a 10 team, probably like a 4.
Yep.
Running back, you have Omar Hampton, Travis Etienne, Quinshawn, and Sean Tucker. I will give you in a 10 team probably a 5. And then at wide receiver, you have BTJ, Rasheed, Hunter, Devonta Smith, Addison, Ayuk, Christian Kirk, Calvin Austin, Isaiah Bond, Jalen Tolbert. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 viable starting wide receiver options, plus Ayuk will be a 6 once he comes back healthy. Really looking at a solid 8 there at wide receiver. And then Tyler Warren, Pitts, and Kraft will get you another 8 at tight end. What are you listening to? Oh, he did. What was that?
It's the clip of me doing the blues song, and then Bush right after it, he put the clip in where Bush says, "Well, I don't think the fat lady's singing."
Oh
yet,
yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah,
I was like,
Nick,
that was hilarious.
Nick said he was laughing for like 15 minutes at 4 a.m. when he was editing it because of the clips.
No, I noticed that, Nick. That was
so funny.
awesome. Tyler Warren is going to be like an 8 at tight end. So we're looking at 4, 5, 8, and 8 with your lineup right now. Again, in a start 9, I'm assuming that's going to be 1 QB, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, and then 3 flex, or maybe start 3 wide receiver and then 2 flex.
So he said 1 year reload. He's probably still 1 year reload, I think. Don't you think?
You're so close.
You're
close. Literally, the only question you have on this team is running back 2, and you have ETN.
Right.
How is the scoring looking in your league, man? How was your first week? And are there any like super teams in your league? Is it kind of a lopsided league? Let us know. I would like to know with this team. But again, if you're leaning 1 year reload, again, I don't have the whole context of your entire league and like how it's built out here. But if you're leaning 1 year reload, that probably means that the rest of the teams or the top teams in your league are kind of absolutely loaded. So I'm fine leaning that direction, especially since you have a number of twos here. Devonta's a 2, Addison's a 2. Ayuk is not going to be healthy here. So really, BCJ's your upside play. Rasheed won't be back for a bit. Travis Hunter's going to take a bit to develop potentially. Yeah, we'll go 1 year reload here. I think that's a fair argument to make. So number one target that I'll have for this team is go ahead and get some 26 rookie picks at a discount if you can. Number one sell is going to be Travis Etienne. Let's offload Etienne at a premium right now and just go for a safer long-term asset. We don't really trust Etienne long-term in the backfield for the Jacksonville Jaguars, but who knows? We could eat our words and be wrong about that. Tyler Warren, that's all you need at tight end. Go ahead and take Kraft and Pitts and go other position there. Kraft going to see a little bit of a value bump because he had another nice week. Nothing crazy, but he had a solid week. I think you could get something for both of those guys. Kyle Pitts had a great week as well. So you'll have some people. There's always Kyle Pitts truthers out there that come out from under their rocks and they're like, "I told you," and you can go ahead and just move them at a premium. So. Third move that I'll have you make here is go higher value upside by moving off of Devonta Smith. And if you can swing it, it still might be possible. Go ahead and try to target Rome Odunze for in a 10 team. I would go ahead and I would even pay the premium. If it takes Devonta Smith and Pitts to go get Rome Odunze, I would do that. So that's number one target for sure. Rome Odunze and then 26 rookie picks. And then when we're moving off of ETM, we're moving off of your tight ends. We can go for some smaller guys here as well. You already have Quinshawn. I would have recommended him as a buy. But at wide receiver, let's go Chris Olave as well. I don't think a lot of people have really caught up to the fact that Chris Olave is getting so much target volume in that offense and can be really productive this year. I think you can get a value win if you go invest in him right now. And then I'll give you a little running back target too. Go ahead and take the shot on Cam Scatterbo. We're kind of counting on Scatterbo getting more increased opportunity in the Giants offense throughout the course of this season, which would also be a small value win. So as you can tell, top priority for this team, this will be strategy point number one. Top priority for this team is building small value wins as you make as many trades as you can during this season and look ahead to 2026. I do think that this should be a pretty quick reload. Expect to be a top contender in 2026. In fact, like again, the best thing about a reload, our favorite things about reloads are you're just building small value wins, you're making moves, and sometimes those moves you can end up falling into like just contending and having a better team than you did previously. You could accidentally contend in 2025 if you come out of the first 6 weeks of the season and you're 2-4, 3-3, and you're getting Rashee Rice and Brandon Ayuk back, and you're putting them into your flex, and Rashee Rice is popping off, and you start winning more games than expected. You could end up being a fringe playoff team and then having a contending roster. So that's definitely within the realm of possibilities. And then just another comment, again, I want to reinforce Tyler Warren is all you need at tight end. There's no need to hold Pitts and Kraft as your second and third options there. There are bigger fish to fry at the wide receiver and running back positions. Those skill positions matter a lot more than tight end does in your depth. Just stick with Warren. We can worry about depth later next offseason or even after next offseason heading into 2026 when you're looking to be a top contender to get some insurance there. You're not getting any value out of that insurance right now.
All right. Corey, you have any questions for us? I know you're here in the chat. He did say he's the Pitts truther, by the way. Very, very sad.
Oh, you are the Pitts truther. I apologize in advance.
Marty did say I signed up for the Infinite Blueprint. How do I get a review? Sorry, and thanks, Jens. No, you're good. They're going to be sent out tomorrow night, and so we'll send it. Make sure you're over on the Discord. Make sure you have your roles, and so make sure you sync your Discord from the account page on the Flock site. And we'll message everybody when we send them out. We typically send an email out as well, and so you'll get an email when they're sent.
Yep.
Appreciate you. All right. Appreciate you, Corey. Let us know if you have any questions about that one, my friend. All right.
Yeah, I just marked his. Or no, I have not marked his. I'll do it right now.
Yeah.
Confirm. Yay.
Okay,
All right, we got a trade question from Kyle.
Yep, you should see a trade question from Kyle in here. I've already looked this one over, Kyle, and I'm not doing it. You can't give away the 2 most market valuable players in the deal and only get 2 firsts back. I know one of them could be the 101.
Yeah, no thanks.
But
hard pass here.
I don't really want to do that.
This is essentially Rasheed and a first for Marv, which I don't blame you for wanting to make that move, and then it's Brees and a first for Gibbs, which I'm not. It's not worth it for me there. So
no, I would want more on top of Brees there. So
yep.
If you can switch out the, well, let's just see the other players.
Try to get another player instead of 2 firsts.
Yeah, I agree. It's just a matter of which one. I've got to find one that fits here. JMO's there. That's not terrible. There's no guys in between. It's literally JMO and then Puka and Nico.
All right, this is, if for me to be comfortable with it, I would have to do a quote unquote pivot from Gibbs to Puka, and then you would do your down tier from Marv to like Rasheed in a first.
Yes,
I would do Marv and Gibbs for Puka Rasheed in a first,
yeah.
or even Puka Brees in a first.
Yes, that's what I would do as well. I would much rather have.
So those are 2 options: Puka Rasheed in a first, or Puka Brees in a first.
Yeah.
You would be offloading Marv and Gibbs.
Yep.
That would be better.
That's where I'm at too.
Because then you're not getting out of that top tier of like premier asset, and getting these guys that potentially have cap value.
Yeah. All right. Appreciate you, Kyle. Let me know if you have any other questions on that one. So, all right. And then we didn't hear from J.R. Cray, I don't think, did we?
The Packers are rewarding wide receiver Christian Watson with a 1-year, $13 million extension. How stupid could you be? I can't criticize the Packers too much because they literally look like one of the best teams in the league right now.
How much did you just pay Parsons? And you pay Christian Watson $13 million a year? For what? For him to have a hamstring tweak this year?
He literally will tweak it the second he's back. He's coming off of an ACL. They're extending him 1 year for a season where he's going to miss half the season. This is a 1-year extension. This goes through next year. But holy cow, that's dumb.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's dumb.
Anonymous says just traded Garrett Wilson for Rasheed straight up. Give it 10 weeks and you will not regret that. Kyle says, does it matter if it's late or early for the first? I would want the early one. Let's try to get the early one.
Yep.
So, all right. I don't think we have any more in the queue at the moment. Am I correct?
Correct.
So last call for a team review. If you'd like to get your team looked at, just put it in the comments. We can wait for you. But otherwise, we do have some redraft team reviews that we could jump over on that channel and as well and get those done. So in the comments, if you'd like to get your team review, just tell us right now and we can wait for you. I just dropped the link, but we'll do last call for tonight. Very fun. Is that a dig at Golden? No, I don't know if it's a dig at Golden or not, Ricardo. I would doubt it. I mean, he's only played 1 game and they didn't even put him on the field for it. / he ran the second most routes somehow. So, don't know how that's possible. So.
Yep.
But
I love talking Dynasty. The Dynasty rankings thing that's a lot of fun. We should do that like every Friday.
Clap for me. Thanks.
Yep. I only give you one.
No, we're doing it every Tuesday.
Oh, okay, sure.
After the week's over.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna do this next week.
That makes
Yeah. So.
All right.
How much fab would you recommend spending on Butte in a Dynasty league? I mean, frick.
Literally all of it. You in every Dynasty league, it's so deep.
You could probably get away with 60. 61% of people ranking JSN over Nico's wild. I don't think so. I think it's interesting, but I don't think it's like insane. It's not. I mean, again, I can make a very easy statistical argument for you why JSN should be ranked ahead of Nico. Again, Nico's best season is only 10 points ahead of JSN's season last year. JSN is 4 years younger. I mean, and he stays healthy. So there you go. Not that crazy.
Should be.
All right. We appreciate you guys. Again, we will make sure you go watch the video. If you haven't watched the video today already, we're trying to, again, roll with the in-season Dynasty content, but we need your help. We need your help to do that.
We need your help.
So I'll drop the link here to the video. You should go straight from here to watching it because we talk about all the big risers from Dynasty this week. Some market plays you should be making as well. And so lots of your questions are going to be answered in that video right there. Well, I'm going to pin it as I leave. Watch this vid. Go drop a like on the video as well. We're going to go over to the DFF channel here in a minute. So we appreciate you guys. We'll be back again we should have a video later this week. And we'll definitely be back on here doing more blueprints as well. Either Thursday or Friday. DVD. So, we love you. Thank you guys. And we'll see you over on the DFF channel if you're going to join us there. Peace out.